there's two ways. There's a button that. Yeah, don't touch that button.
The disco
Yeah,
mode.
the disco mode. You know, you're listening. Anyway, there's one button that you push. I think it's the top one, and it will flush and fill, flush and fill, flush and fill, flush and fill
You just
automatically.
press it once.
Yeah, and just kind of hold it down.
I'll hold it down.
I prefer a little more fine control, and so I will flush it, and then I will fill it, and I will flush it, and I will fill it. You got to remember, it's not just going down. It's going down. It's going up this white pipe up here and into the tank. So it doesn't use fresh water. It uses seawater. So you want to flush it periodically. Even if you are going ashore, you want to flush it just so the seawater doesn't sit in there and end up smelling like the bait tank at SeaWorld. So just, keep that clear. Also, occasionally put in one of those half gallons of vinegar and flush 2/3 of it through, and that will sit in this pipe here and take care of the minerals that build up inevitably.
So everything in the toilet is going through that white tube?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
What if it's bigger than the... What's it called?
he's got a bigger ass. No, I'm sorry. What happens is she's so practical and so sweet and unrefined, like brown sugar. Okay, what it has is a macerator.
Before the tube.
It pre-chews everything.
Okay,
Let me
good.
tell you. After
Is that
you
under
chew
that?
it chews it.
Okay, good.
It'll take anything except cherry pits.
Cherry pits, yeah.
So if you have a grandkid and he eats them and he poops them out, you're gonna have a problem. 'Cause I have that last season with him, and he was just so proud. He pooped out a cherry pit, and then he flushed it, and then went clank, 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 clank. Jeez. So in the middle of the Bahamas, I took this whole thing apart. I did have everything I needed to put it back together again.
What is it? So is it under that plastic thing there?
Yeah, the macerator.
And when you took it apart, is it like a little motor or something?
yeah, it's a little motor with
And
let me get
so you had to unscrew it and open the motor and then clean out the inside?
Yeah, you take this off, and you take this back, and you bring this out very carefully, and it's a bit of a challenge, but it can be done. They spilled some fluid here, I see. So, no worries. Good, it won't freeze there then. I wish they made this out of the same plastic as this, because this is nice and white, and this turned yellow for some reason. And it's a porcelain bowl, a real porcelain bowl.
Wow.
This probably needs to be adjusted a little bit, but anyway,
Okay.
that's the wire.
I just didn't know if it was-
It's been essentially, except for cherry poop, it's been fine. Some people say, "Oh no, you gotta go to the." I've lived years on boats with hand pumps. I hate them. You forget to close them down, you can drown. That's what happened to Mel Fisher's son and daughter-in-law. They were looking for treasure and they had a pump thing, and they didn't close the right valve, and the toilet flooded. And
Yeah, it's a process. We had one of the little Kelly 25 growing up. That was a pump.
So this
Gads
is
go.
a lot easier. It's simpler. If I'm not mistaken, you check the list. I believe I have a macerator in there, so you can replace that if you had to. I've got an extra pump that pumps the water into the toilet. I've got an extra one of those. So you're ready to go. I mean, those are the only two failure points to speak of, other than the hose, and I think I probably got a hose that would work if necessary. Or if nothing else, you use that magic rubber tape it over if it has a split in it.
But you said you just run you flush and then run water and then flush again.
So the bottom button is just a single flush, and then the top one is like
It's
a
just kind of
multi-flush.
like, as long as you're holding it down, it goes flush, fill, flush, fill. It uses a fair amount of electricity, but unless you got, really bad problems, you're not going to use that much electricity in there. Occasionally, like I say, if you're going to leave the boat for a while, you flush it down and you pour in fresh water, and then you flush the fresh water in, so that the only water remaining in there is fresh water, and then it's okay.
How would you get it to not pull the seawater up and just so you're going to just flush fresh water?
Because you
through it?
flush it all the way out, and then you pour fresh water in, and you're all done. And you flush this out without hitting the fill button. You just do the flush button just a little bit,
Okay.
and then you're all set. You can also put a little dollop of smelly stuff in it too, which is
From the shower.
Yeah, behind
Okay.
the tank.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, the engine.
Engine, yeah.